This is a Thunder Game Report.
Hi, I'm Randy Renner. Thunder back to practice as they work on the Dallas Mavericks. We talked to Nick Collison about some defensive consistency. Scott Brooks had some things to say about the Mavs, and they both talked a little bit about hazing.
You guys have been able to play a lot of different players so far. Does that help these young guys in particular just for the long haul and their long-term development to be getting minutes now?
Yeah, those guys need opportunity to figure out what it is that they can do to affect the game. So the minutes are good. They've worked hard. They've earned it. And I think our young guys have done a really good job. We've had some struggles this year, but I don't buy into the narrative that it's because we have a lot of new guys. I think we got some other things, basic things that we're not doing real well right now. But those guys have done their job. They've done a good job, so I've been impressed with our young players.
What are the things you guys aren't doing well right now, do you think?
Defensively, some of our fundamental things we're not as good as we need to be. Our pick and roll coverage hasn't been good. We've given up too many points in transition. Things that we can correct. We need to have a sense of urgency to get those things done, but they're definitely correctable things.
I think you guys have done well 3 games.
I think we've played well in stretches. What we haven't done has been consistent throughout. Much longer. Of course, we're going to have stretches where we don't play as well, but we haven't been consistently good enough for long enough in these games. So we got a ways to go. We got our work cut out for us, and we'll do it. We'll do the work, and we'll get better.
That not being consistent, is that sometimes maybe a result of just being so early in the season?
Whatever it is, we got time to work on it. I think each day we need to come in though and with a sense of we have to get better today, and I think that's the mindset we have to have all year. We always have had that, and that's why we've had success here. We've shown a lot of improvement over years, so this year's no different. We need to come in here each day and really focus on every aspect of our game and get better at all phases.
There was a lot of talk coming into the season about not playing in crowds, spacing the floor. Is it also important to have good movement off the ball as well? What do you want to see in terms of that?
Well, I think playing with pace and getting to our spots early in the possession is big for us. If it takes us a while to, if we're walking to our spots, we're not really in our spots, the possession usually doesn't go well. So if we can get to our spots early, then start the movement, whatever the play is, we're in much better shape. And then the spacing's better, the decisions are easier, less turnovers, better shots. All those things go into getting a good shot on the offensive end.
How about Reggie moving into that bench role? Are you excited to kind of get to work with him more in practice and in game?
Yeah, that'll be good. Reggie will give us a guy who can break some people down in that second group and hopefully create some shots for everybody else. So we'll have to, just like I said earlier, we'll have to learn how to execute a little better with him in there. He hasn't been there as much this year, but it's definitely good for us to have Russell, obviously, with the first group, and then Reggie be able to work with us.
You work with him or not with him, but with other 6 men in the past. Does he kind of have that capabilities to really lead a unit?
Yeah, he does. He's got all the tools. He wants to do things the right way. He's a really good young player, and he's talented, and his mind's in the right place, so he's going to be good for us.
Hey, Nick, I want to ask you a little bit about the Miami Dolphins situation, not specifically, but how does making a new player, a rookie, wear a backpack or sing in front of the team or some of that stuff that's kind of good-natured and fun, how does that help a player get better, and how does that help the team?
It's not really a huge deal. It's more for fun, I think, at least in the NBA, at least with the teams I've been around. I think there is some of that feeling that you kind of need to earn your way a little bit, and but most of it's, at least around our teams, has been in good fun. I know it's obviously different some other places, but mostly it's kind of just a fun, stupid thing we do.
Since you were a rookie,
When I was a rookie, I really didn't have to do much. For whatever reason, the guys on the veterans really weren't into it, so I really didn't do much. I've heard stories about other guys, different places. Usually just takes a couple veterans that they really enjoyed messing with younger players, and if that's the case, then there's usually some stuff that goes on. But it's usually been just fun, positive stuff on this team.
Anything else? Thanks, Nick.
Does playing a lot of guys minutes early in the season end up paying dividends later in the year for you as a coach and as a team?
It's something that I don't pay a lot of attention to. I look at quality minutes. I want guys to play their minutes with quality in mind and quantity. Some games guys are going to get 15, 20 minutes. Some games they might get 30 and 40 minutes. You just have to focus on playing your minutes well to put yourself in a position to earn those minutes the next game. And we've had a team full of guys that have deserved minutes and that I could not play, and that's just the way it is. It's not a league that you can play everybody. It's not a feel-good league. It's a league that you have to make some tough decisions on, but it's good to have those decisions to make because that means you have a pretty good team.
How excited are you to get Reggie kind of in that six-man role, the role that you originally kind of viewed him in?
Well, I'm not going down that road that he's the sixth man because last game I threw in Jeremy as the sixth guy, but our bench is good, and it's going to continue to improve as the season goes along when they've become more and more accustomed to the things that we do. But Reggie definitely has a big impact with that unit. His ability to finish around the paint, his ability to handle the ball and play pick and roll and get other guys shots are very important. Whether he's the sixth man, I don't know if that's what we're going to call him, but I just know that he has an opportunity to have a big impact with that unit.
Scott, why did you put Jeremy in there first in the last game? Was there something that you saw that you wanted to get him in there first?
Yeah, I mean it just goes game to game. Depends who's in foul trouble, who they have on the floor. But it's really just a feel thing. It's nothing that's going to be etched in stone. There's going to be times that Nick will get in there first, and there might be times that one of our bigs will get in there first. But, with Reggie, like all of our guys, not just Reggie, they have to be ready. And when they're called upon, you don't have time to warm up in the game. You have to be ready to play at a high level right in the moment you walk on the court.
Like consistency off the bench and rotations in the past. Is there something different this year that you're straying away from that a little bit?
No, I mean consistency. I think I'm more consistent with 9, sometimes 10 guys. But the minutes, you can't be as consistent as people are trying to make it out to be. There's times I will take Kevin with 4.5 minutes. There's times I take him out with 2.5 minutes. But you have to take guys out, and there's times that you don't have the right break. You can't blow your whistle like I do in practice and say, okay, get out, come back in. There's 4 minutes on the clock. But with the consistency, I want guys to feel that they can play at their best. Whether they get an extra couple of minutes here and there, that has nothing to do with how they play. But they need to know they're playing, and that's what I really look at, the consistency.
The Mavs still have Dirk, but they have a lot of different pieces down there. What have you noticed from them so far this season?
Well, they have one of the more dynamic guards in the league in Ellis. He's not just a scorer. He can shoot the ball. He's a defender. He gets his hands on a lot of basketballs, and he's also a good passer. He's averaged 5 assists years in this league. But they have a very good team. They're well coached. Dirk seems to be back to his normal ways, all-star level. And we always play each other very tough, no matter who's banged up, who's not. Our court, their court. So I expect and anticipate a very exciting, challenging game for us.
How's Russell's knee after his first game and 2 practice sessions? Any swelling, pain, discomfort?
No, he's fine. He's still obviously doing all the correctives that we have Russell and all of our guys to do. But he's feeling good, and he had a good practice today, and we didn't do a whole lot, but we did enough where our guys had to break a sweat. But I think he's doing fine.
On the offensive end, what do you want to see in terms of player movement off the ball?
Well, it's always important to have ball movement and player movement. At times, we can do a much better job with that. But then we're all aware when we're playing our best basketball, it's at the defensive end when we create opportunities to score in transition, where we can beat the defensive down before they get set. But that's basically every team's philosophy. We're no different. We're playing better when we're playing fast and moving the ball. But it's things that we have to work on, and then we will. We've done that fairly well the last few years.
Hey, Coach, how's the locker room atmosphere changed since when you were a rookie and you had to deal with veterans versus how rookies are treated now? And does that stuff lead to people being better basketball players by making them sing or in front of the team or wear a backpack or any of that sort of light stuff that goes on? Has anything changed over the years since you played to how it is now?
No, I mean, I just with our guys, I know that some of our rookies are doing the things that I did as a rookie. It was part of our team camaraderie. But no, I don't see, but not with our group. Backpack, getting, cookies or donuts and things like that, making them do extra wind sprints and push-ups and picking up the balls. Those are the things that we've done in the past, and our team's doing it, today.
Does that lead to players being better? Does that help the team be better having those guys do that stuff?
No, I don't know about. I don't think it makes them. It doesn't make the team being better. It's just, having within good fun. I think it's important to have fun moments through the season. It's a long journey every NBA season. And you can't just grind it out every single day and not enjoy what you're doing. And so those are moments that we can have with one another where it becomes fun again, because it is a game. We can never lose the fact that this is the game that we all love and play. And even if you're not a very good player as a high school player or a young player, you still love the game and competing and being on a team. And I don't want our guys to ever lose the fact that this is a game that they loved as a kid, and there's no reason that they shouldn't continue to love it and have fun with it.
Scott, you talked about some of the weapons Dallas has. They're scoring a lot of points early this season. Can they be one of the better offensive teams in the league? Is that where they most challenge you, do you think?
I think they have the makings to be one of the best offensive teams because they have a very high basketball IQ. And they have a good way of moving the ball, and they have some guys that can put the ball in the basket. You can have IQ and you can have ball movement, but you don't have guys that can score and shoot the ball. It's going to look good, but you're going to end up with 90 points if that's not what you want to do. If you want to play fast, but they have a very good offensive team. They have shot makers, and Dirk is obviously one of the best bigs in this league at shooting so many different spots on the floor and so many different angles and so many different ways to shoot it. He's as clever as they ever will become.
Thanks, Coach.
All right. See you guys.
Thunder will have their shoot-around at the regular time tomorrow, and then they'll wait. And they'll wait some more because their game is the second game of ESPN's doubleheader tomorrow. The tip-off schedule for 8:30, but in reality it'll be more like 8:45. We'll be at the arena for both pre- and post-game comments, so keep it here on ThunderGameReport.com.